Hi, everybody. I'm Adrienne Everheart, your feminine energy dating and relationship coach. I am so excited to be with you here live tonight. I haven't done just a really random live video in a while, and I thought that now was just the perfect time to share with you what all feminine energy women do. So, feminine energy women all possess a trait that some of us have to work on, and that would be me. I am not someone who just knew how to do these things. I was confused about how feminine energy worked. I didn't want to have to change myself to make a relationship work or make things work with a man. I had the mentality that if I did something, it would have to come with results, and I would have to have, something happen. So I had what is known as a masculine energy mindset. And hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. I had a masculine energy mindset. I was in pursuer mode, which means I was moving towards a man, pursuing him, wanting results from my pursuit. Okay? And I didn't really want to change who I was. I thought I was just fine the way I was, and I was. But I was not happy in my relationships, and looking back, I really wasn't that happy as a woman. I was really confused. And I'm going to talk to you today about the number one complaint I get from women when they are learning about feminine energy. Like the number one thing that all girls say. I'm going to talk to you about that. And I'm going to give you exact details about how and what all feminine energy women do. Now, when my clients come to me, they have some of these, they don't have some of these other things, and it really just has to come all together. And even for me, I have to work on these. I don't have all of these that I'm about to tell you. I have to work on them. So I always let everybody know I am happily married. I was divorced from a man I love very, very much. We could not figure out how to fix our relationship. And it was very sad and very frustrating. And this was a long time ago. As soon as things ended with him, they weren't even exactly ended, but a man came and swept me up. I call him the artist. And I believe that men that find you when you're going through a relationship crisis or you're about to get divorced, they're a very special type of man. I believe that they can sense what's going on with you, and they are drawn to that. It's been argued that sometimes these types of men in the beginning, they see you as very vulnerable and also at the same time confident. And there's a part of them that says, hey, I can be with a girl that's confident. I can be with a girl that's beautiful. And if I can be with her and I can be with someone like this, that means I also have these traits. So just be careful who you attract right at the cusp of divorce or breaking up, or who you attract when you're love starved. Okay, be very careful, because 10 times out of 10 when women contact me, the guy that is intersecting the relationship or coming after the previous relationship is usually bad news. Now, that might not be always be the case with you, but just be aware of what type of man you attract. So I attracted the artist. I give you lots of warning on his type of guy. And very quickly that relationship dissolved. I mean, it was almost a year. But I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated. I was now divorced. This man had urged me to get my divorce over with. It was a horrible situation. I lost my job. I was having a health problem. So the takeaway from that is I decided to rebuild my life. And I had been accused of being masculine and bossy. But I also didn't want to be a doormat. But I knew that one thing kept happening in my relationships with men. And this is a little ram, and this is a ram, and it was like, okay? That's what kept happening in my relationships. Is I kept just like butting heads with the men in my life. And then I was only drawn to like this certain type of man. And he was usually like a little weaker than me. There was a certain quality I was looking for. Because I had realized that if I went for kind of a, not weaker like as in strength or something like that, but they were just milder temperament. But if I went for a guy like that, I would also then get bored of a guy like that, because that's a man in his feminine energy. So you see, I was like trying to balance this. Or if I did kind of hook up with a masculine energy guy, all hell would break loose, because it would be the two rams, okay? So now that I have given you a little bit of my credentials, and I was well over 40 when I got remarried, happily remarried to a wonderful masculine energy man, who no doubt I still have to practice these things. And you will too. Don't ever feel frustrated like I need to quit. Feminine energy isn't working for me. This is about polarity. This is about the sperm masculine versus the egg feminine, and how we each have different roles. We each have different energies, and you have to have that polarity to make it work. Even in homosexual or gay couples, there's usually one energy that is more masculine and one that is more feminine. And it works. And I'm gonna help you see that magic. I'm gonna help you learn how to turn it around and make it work in your own life, all right? Now, someone commented on my hair in the comment section, and I have to tell you, I have been gardening all day, because again, this is during COVID when this video is made, and pretty much just all there is to do is garden at this point. That and eat. All right, so the biggest complaint I get from women is, and by the way, everybody, please give me thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far, okay? Thumbs up really helps me. The number one complaint I get from women is, it usually goes something like this. You mean the guy can treat me however he wants to. He can talk to me however he wants. He can disappear. He can be mean or whatever it is. And I have to just be warm when he comes back around. How many of you have been in that situation? Seriously, where you're just like, Adrienne has told me to be warm. Feminine energy is warm. But this guy's being a jerk. Now he's coming back around. I'm just supposed to be like, hey. Okay, so I'm getting some thumbs up, a whole lot of thumbs up. Okay, so let's clarify what this thing is called warmth. Warmth, okay? You guys are making me laugh. How many people are going, me? Okay. So warmth is what all feminine energy women have. And it is the most difficult to describe thing, but I'm going to do my best to let you know that warmth is not about losing your boundaries, okay? So there's boundaries, like one of my assistants told me recently. She was at a restaurant that had, I guess, unlocked or whatever. And these people were like, these guys were like, just like kind of gathering around her. And she thought that the bartender would come and help her. But she didn't tell the guys, hey guys, back up right now or I'm gonna scream. That's a boundary. She didn't call to the bartender. She kept looking at him, hoping he would come over and save her, instead of going, hey, bartender, can you help me? I don't feel safe. Those are boundaries. So do not get warmth confused with being nice and getting yourself raped, killed, harassed, or anything else. Warmth is not nice, okay? It's not nice without boundaries. So for all of you who have a guy that's been a real jerk and he's called you up and he's finally sniffing around, you have to make a decision if you want this guy back in your life or not. All right? You got to make that decision. Don't let anybody shame you and say, girl, move on, just pass. I know his type. He's a narcissist. It is up to you. This is your journey on this planet. You are not here to be shamed or judged, not by me, not by anybody in the comments section, not anybody at I Heart Love Academy. I Heart Love Academy, 99% of the women on there believe they're with a narcissist, which is actually impossible because I'm not even going to go there with that word. I want you to focus on how you feel. Warmth versus this guy keeps doing X to me and I keep standing by and taking it and being warm with no boundary. Boundary is a like or a dislike. For example, you are dating a man exclusively and he disappears for 5 and 6 days at a time every time you guys have a little tiff. So when he comes sniffing back around, you can go, hi, you know, it feels really good to hear from you. You can reestablish the warmth. And he'll go, well, yeah, I've been thinking about things and, you know, just wanted to check on you. He'll give you some excuse for checking in on you. And just be warm. Well, that means a lot to me because it does. Okay? He reaches out to you. Yeah, it feels good to hear from you. Well, I just wanted to see how you were. Well, that feels really nice that you care. Warmth is truth. It is truth. It's not, I'm so mad at you for what you did. That is not warmth. Okay? That's something else. Now, here comes boundaries. Boundaries are after you reestablish warmth. After you two are kind of back in each other's lives a little bit, okay? And it's feeling good. And it's a mild moment. Say, I want to talk about what goes wrong when we argue. And disappearing for 5 and 6 days at a time is not how I want my relationships to work. You see, boundary. When I get disappeared on for 5 and 6 days, I feel abandoned. And I want to feel like I want to always work things out. And I want to do whatever it takes. Warmth. Feeling statement. I feel abandoned. Or I feel scared. Or I feel so helpless. You see what warmth is? Warmth is also admitting your mistakes. Yes, I raised my voice. Yes, I didn't act fair. Yes, I interrupted you and I yelled and I told you something bad about your mom or said something, whatever you did wrong. You admit it. That's warmth. I want to make things better. That's warmth. Okay? So let's talk about some ways you can have warmth when you're not in a crisis. You're not having to get together after, you get in an argument or something and the guy comes sniffing around. Because let's say he was a real jerk to you. Do you want this guy back? That is always up to you. If you do, be warm, rebuild, get back to being friends, and then have your boundary. Keep your boundary very precise. Okay? Not too many words because the guy can't process that many words. You guys like sniffing around? That's what they do. They come sniffing around. Look, I read my story about how I reconnected with Jeff. He kept trying to ask me for these really weird meetups that seemed like dates, but it would be like, hey, a friend of mine and I are gonna go try this burrito place. You should meet us there. And I finally said to him, I said, why I have always been your friend. I can't be just your friend. So I'm just really curious You're asking me to go all these places? And he said, well, now since we've moved on, we should be able to talk about, who we're dating or what we're doing with our lives. And I said, no, thank you. I said, I still got it really bad for you. You are my best playmate. You are the love of my life. And I'm still grieving you. I can't do any of those things. And everything started to turn around from that moment. And I was being warm. I was being honest. I was being vulnerable. So let's talk about every day things. Someone said, do you think he really meant that? No. He wanted an excuse to sniff around. This is how men do it. Very rarely do you get the guy who shows up with the flowers and goes, baby, I messed up. That's what happens on a Hallmark movie. That is not what happens in real life. In real life, the guy will make up some dumb excuse to come see you and act like he's still mad at you when he shows up, try to maybe start a fight with you, and you got to just kind of roll with it if you want him back. It's not an everyday behavior you want to do. So look, I want to get to the crux of this, which is, what is it that feminine energy women do? Okay? So we talked about boundaries. I want all women to have boundaries, okay? I want you to understand what a boundary is. Someone disrespects you. I don't like how you disrespected me, okay? That's not really a boundary. A boundary is, I was yelled at. If yelling happens again, I'm walking away. Taking a break until we can talk like adults. Okay? Guy doesn't call you for 2 weeks. If you're just dating him, remember, nobody owes anybody anything. But if you're in a relationship, he doesn't call for 2 weeks. Boundary is, I don't feel like we're on the same page moving forward if we can't talk about our problems for 2 weeks. I don't feel comfortable doing this. That is a boundary. A month of no contact, someone says, no, and you're in a committed relationship with him, it is time to renegotiate the terms and conditions of that relationship. This relationship needs to be downgraded to a dating relationship where you also date other people. Because this person is treating you not like someone you have a relationship with. And honestly, I couldn't date somebody that I didn't hear from for a month. If I was dating someone and I didn't hear from them, at least once or twice a week, there's absolutely no reason for me to date you. So everybody has their own boundary with that, okay? So let me get to these. Posture. How can you be warm and have a warm posture? I want you to think about that. How does a warm posture look to you? When you see people walking down the street, notice people, observe people. Look at their posture. Now, one person had actually said to me, and these things always stick in my mind because I'm just like, really? They said, you're telling me that women can't be confident and walk with their shoulders back and their head up high? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you can really walk around with your heart unzipped and be open, like just beams of sunshine and love are coming out and are surrounding you. That is part of your posture. That's part of your vibe. You can walk like a victim. You can walk like a big bad boss. There's a lot of ways your posture can speak for you. You got to get it in tune with the energy that you want, okay? So posture, girls, think about it. Begin to notice it in other people. And begin to see if you can't walk with the posture that feels right to your heart. Not up here, but you're in your heart. Warmth. Warm feminine energy women have an outlook. You have an outlook to you that is positive. A warm, positive energy. And I'm not saying you have to be like Pollyanna and everything is always positive and blissful and roses and sunshine. No. Part of being a warm, feminine energy woman is having bad days, having bad moments, feeling what you feel, going through difficult times. struggling with a diet, struggling with your boss, struggling with your relationship, with the relationship with your parents or everybody, your body, maybe you have some, not even addictions, but like bad habits. Maybe you just kind of drink a little too much sometimes, or maybe you're just kind of bad at, just not exercising. Whatever it is, you want to embrace those things about yourself. That's you. But your outlook is every day I'm getting better and better and better. My outlook is things are always working out for me. My outlook is I want to receive a loving, warm relationship. Is there going to be ups and downs? Yes. But I want to work through it. I want to have that in my life. That's my outlook. Nothing makes me more sad than when women write me and they say, I'm never going to be with anybody. This is just never going to happen for me. Or worse, occasionally women will say, if it happens, great. If it just happens, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, it might, but it probably will not. You didn't go to college and go, if I graduate, if I go and get a job and happen to make money, if it works out, no. You get it in an outlook. You have it in your life. You want this. This is what you want. You set your GPS to what it is you want. Okay? Warmth is also about kindness. Kindness to yourself, most importantly, but also kindness to nature, kindness to animals, kindness to a stranger. Remember, there's being nice, and then there's kindness. Okay? So a stranger approaches you, and we believe we have to be like, hi, I can't offend you. I have to be nice to you. No, you don't. You do not have to be nice to anyone, no matter any PC rule that makes you think you need to be nice. This is why a lot of women willingly go with the person who's going to victimize them. You can be kind. No, thank you. I'm flattered, but no. How wonderful, but no. How sweet of you, but no. But I'm still being kind. Now, I want to give you those extreme situations just so any of you, if you're ever faced with that sort of situation, you know what to do. But really, practice kindness with a lot of other people, a lot of other situations. Kindness to your home. Kindness to the things that you own. Kindness to your postman. Practice kindness. You will get more and more and more and more and more of it back. Oh my goodness, I get a cold chill just talking about it. Let's talk about being available. Being available is a little bit like your posture, your energy, your vibe, your outlook, and kindness all mixed together. And that's just where, you really have that heart unzipped. And I am available to receive. I have space to receive. I have a place in my heart to receive. Be available. Be open to it. I'm open to it. Lord, if it is not this man I'm supposed to be with, God, send me who I am supposed to be with. That's your prayer. I'm available. I'm ready. Shout it to the top of your lungs. Tell the universe, tell God, I am ready. I am ready for this. I want this. I'd love to have it. I'd feel so good, and I will be a good partner to someone. I will compliment them. They will compliment me. I want this. And you yell it really, really loud. Claim it. Claim it as your own. All right? Be available. Be available for miracles to show up. Right? Anticipate them happening. They're going to happen. Things will happen. Things will begin to happen in your life that you had no idea. Men will begin to come out of the woodworks when you get your vibe right, when you get warmth flipped on. Flip that switch. And that is my list. I talked about posture, your outlook, kindness, being available, And I hope I have talked about boundaries. I'm going to take 3 questions. And then I got to go to bed. I've been gardening all day. I'm so tired. Alrighty. Someone said, I'm trying to read this, keep scrolling. Someone said, what if I feel scared? Embrace it. Make friends with that uncomfortable feeling. It's part of you. So often we just want to run from how we feel. Make friends with how you feel. And it'll change. Someone says, how do we rebuild during COVID when you can't see each other? Sephora, I would try as much as you can to have, first of all, send positive messages, positive energy, but also just, if you can Skype and things like that and Zoom. Should you set boundaries before leaning back? There is no order. There is no order in when to do boundaries and leaning back. Leaning back is just part of not making things happen, not forcing things to happen, not having that pursuer mentality. That's leaning back. I'm not going to manufacture a result that I want. A boundary is, this is uncomfortable for me, this is bad, this is good. Likes, dislikes. Just think about this some. It's a lot to take in. All right, everybody, I'm sending you much love. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream tonight. Please take a moment and give me a thumbs up. And feel free to say something in the comments section. And if you're not already subscribed to me, subscribe. Then you'll know when I'm about to go live. And also, sometimes I do like little mini classes and things like this, and you can be alerted to it. I have a best-selling ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It will teach you more about getting in touch with what you feel in your body so you can speak it in a way that a man will really, truly hear. All right, everybody. Thank you for all the warm messages. Mwah. Stay well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.